Hello students, welcome to the first first session of first chapter, which is Story of Village Palampur. Previously we have discussed what is economics and why we are studying it. Now we come to the basics of first chapter and we'll learn more details about the basic concepts of economics. Now before I talk about the village and its details, first I will tell you why this specific chapter has been taken up. Now, through this chapter, CBSE and NCERT, they're trying to explain the production process, the production part of the economic activities. There are many parts to economic activities in an economy. Now, production is the first one. That means production of goods and services. Only when they are produced, somebody can buy them and pay for it. So, to basically run the cycle in an economy, production is the first essential step. Now, to explain that, we have taken a hypothetical village, which is Palampur. Palampur could be a real name also, but here we are considering that it is a hypothetical name, and it's basically explaining how people in Palampur are engaged in different economic activities, economic and non-economic activities, also agricultural, non-agricultural activities. Since it's a village, so mostly we will be discussing the agricultural activities, but we will also be discussing the non-agricultural one. So in a village there are limited resources, like you have limited land, you have natural resources are there, but everything is in limitation with each person. So depending on how much assets a person owns, he is then able to carry out a economic activity. uh, we will learn. So those activities, example of those activities could be like manufacturing of goods and services, dairy production, transport, or any small scale businesses. So those are the kinds of activities that can be done using the resources like human labor, time and effort, land, etc., and money. So everything is limited, but what is economics? Economics is all about utilizing these resources to its best possible use. That's why we are studying this subject, because we know that we have limited resources and we want the maximum out of it. To start with, I'll give you I'll brief how or what village Palampur looks like in terms of its connectivity. So village Palampur is a small village. Now it is well connected with neighboring villages and towns, and it is connected via all weather roads. All weather roads means the roads which are durable in all weathers, which can survive in all weather. uh, Now Palampur is connected to Raiganj. This village Palampur is connected to Raiganj, which is a big village, and it is 3 kilometers from Palampur. So Palampur to Raiganj is 3 kilometers, and then further from Raiganj to Shapur. Shapur is a small town. So further Raiganj is connected to Shapur. So that's how connectivity is working. So from Palampur to Raiganj, and Raiganj to then Shapur. Now we will learn about the population of Palampur, how many families are there and what are the categories of each. So in village Palampur there are a total of 450 families. Now not all the families are explained here, some part of it explained. It is said that 80 families are upper caste families, and these families own majority of the land, these 80 families, okay. And they generally have large houses. I mean, they do have, all of them have a house, but most of them have a large house, and it is made of brick and cement. So having a cemented house is kind of a luxury in a village. So only those with good money are able to afford that kind of a house, which is a normal thing in a town. Now there are other families also. So one third of the 450, which is 150 families, 150 families are basically SCs, which you know is a scheduled caste, also known as Dalits. So these are the families, 150 families living in this village, and they live in one corner of the village only. they generally have small houses, and some houses are actually made up of mud and straw, so it's that bad condition for them. Mud and straw, it's basically a weak structure which can fall in times of any natural calamity. Okay, so this is how the families are divided in this is the whole structure of families in village Palampur. Now let's talk about the electricity connection. Most of the houses do have electric connections, and electricity is basically available in Palampur, and it is also powering all the basically supporting all the tube wells in the fields, and it is used for various small businesses also. So there is availability of electricity in the village Palampur, in this village Palampur. So most of the houses do have electric connection, and it is also used in agriculture, it is also used in small businesses. Now we will talk more about all other facilities and more details about this village. So we've discussed the families, the types of families, types of people who live in the village. We are now discussing more facilities in the village. What are the more facilities? Like I told you about electricity, it is available to most of the houses, also used in irrigation and all. Apart from that, there are two primary schools. So yes, education is also reaching to the kids in village Palampur, and there is one high school also. Then there is one government primary health center and one private dispensary. So both of these two are used to treat the sick people. Okay, dispensary usually gives medicines, and also consultations are done. So private ones charge money, and the government ones are for free. Then well developed system of roads, we've already done this, I'm just reiterating the last one that we've already discussed. A well developed system of roads, transport, electricity and irrigation. So they are all well developed. The village is pretty developed in terms of its basic facilities. We will now be learning about the activities that are done in the village, that is farm activities and non-farm activities. Before going on to that, I will repeat what we have done. We have understood that this is a hypothetical village Palampur, which has its connectivity to Raiganj and then to Shahpur. And we've also learned that there are 450 families in the village, out of which 80 families are upper caste families and 150 families are scheduled caste or Dalit families. So there is an income inequality between these two section of families. Then we also learned that there's electricity availability to most of the houses in these families. Then there are schools availability, there's health center availability, there's system of roads, all weather roads, transport, electricity and irrigation. So this is how the village looks like. Now we will learn about the activities that are done in the village. So there are two types of activities in the village: production activities, either on the farm or non-farm activities. Now there is a 1 mark question that comes, that which is the main activity of village Palampur. So the answer would be farming. Farming is the main activity of village Palampur, because farming requires land and almost everyone has access to the land. And basically India being an agrarian economy, we have been continuing with the tradition of working on the fields, and also we need to produce food crops so that we can survive, or we can easily manage the food requirements of the country. So that makes the answer should be farming activity. That makes up for the answer, which is 1 marker question, that what is the main activity, a main production activity in village Palampur. The answer is farming is the main activity. Apart from that, there are other activities. Now why do we need non-farming activity when the farming is the main one? It is because not everybody can fit into the farming sector, and also farming sector does not generate employment and as much income also for everybody. So to survive for the or to fetch meals for a day for villagers to feed their family, they need alternative employment opportunities, and those opportunities are varied. They could be in allied activities, like you have fishing, you have poultry, you have dairy. So there are many activities in a village that can be carried out depending on the availability of resources. Example, now in this chapter there are few activities that we'll be discussing. Example is like small manufacturing unit, small scale factories that are set up. They could be agro processing industries also, like using the farm produce and then processing it into a final good to be sold to the market, packaging and all. Multiple types of manufacturing can be done. Then also, like extracting ketchup out of the tomato, that's manufacturing ketchup out of the tomato variable. So that's how these two can be connected. Then second one is transportation. It is required to transport the goods from the village to the big village or to the town to be sold. Then there are shopkeeping activities, like people in the village also purchase goods for their needs, right? For their daily needs they need to buy goods. For that there are many shops in the village itself where people can purchase the goods as per their needs. So these are just example. We will be discussing each of them in detail in the later stage of the chapter. For today the class ends. In the next class we will be discussing more about the resources which are required in conducting the production activities. Okay, so I will be sharing the assignment based on this, and do let me know if you have any doubts. I will be happy to help you out there. Okay then, thank you everyone and take care.